the matter, Dad?
You are so beautiful. You look so much like your mother at your age. I wish Laura would be as proud of you as I am, Leslie Lou.
You seem sad. Are you okay?
Fine.
You hide it well, but I know Uncle Tony's death hit you.
Well, he was a good man and a friend, and you don't get that combination very often in life.
Well, I have a spare hug if you can use it.
I would never turn down a hug from a beautiful girl.
Excuse me. I need to speak at the memorial.
And say what?
Well, I've set up a scholarship in Tony's name, and I'd like to announce it.
Oh, okay. Check with Bobby. But don't try to bulldoze this service for your own personal aggrandizement. Tony meant something to a lot of people, so show him some respect, and them too.
Do you really think so little of me?
I do.
I would never undermine the meaning of this day. I thought a great deal of Tony. Oh. Please tell me that that girl did not spend the night here.
That girl is my wife, and of course she spent the night here. She's going to every night.
When pigs fly.
It's a done deal, Spanky. Give it a rest.
It's a sad day for us, BJ. We have to let your dad go. And none of us are quite ready for that, so if you could be with us and help us get through this, that would be just great.
Hi. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, that's okay. What are you doing here?
I knew you'd be here.
I thought I would just see you at the chapel.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I woke up this morning with every intention of going to Tony's service, and then I thought about it, and I've caused a lot of pain. Your marriage, your very solid marriage, was over because of me. And I know that you're extremely sad from Tony's death, and it happened very quickly, and it was unexpected, and I don't really want to add any more distress to your day, so I just really want you to give it to me straight. Should I make myself scarce?
I do not appreciate being summoned. Now, why don't I believe my own eyes?
Well, you don't think I pray? Or thank God for saving all the people? I want the pleasure of killing myself.
Well, your timing's right. I figured you'd be getting impatient about now. I suggest you rely on the example you already set.
What is that?
Well, you've been convincing in the role of evil transformed. Everyone believes you're a different person. A gentleman. Even managed to pull out a few heroics, didn't you, out of that bag of tricks during the hospital epidemic?
Why waste the energy? There's no challenge going after sick people. But everyone's well now, and I'm bored. And I want to enjoy my life now.
At whose expense?
Jason and Sonny's. I'm going to take them out.
Well, that's a good boy. Not yet. I still have arrangements to put in place.
Well, what if I don't give a damn about your timetable?
Well, I say you work on your attitude, then. Unless you need to be reminded that I have a little piece of evidence that brain operation didn't magically transform you. Remember, you went after Sam McCall in the courthouse holding a cell. There you are in all your violent glory, preserved on a memory chip. For anyone who has a nagging suspicion about your amazing psychological turnaround. Don't make a move without my approval, or that evidence will find its way into the DA's hands so fast it will make your head spin.
Grace. Boss man. You're holding the cards, you know. We play this however you say. For now.
You're not defending this marriage. They're babies.
I hate to break it to you, Mama, but your baby boy is no toddler.
Thank you for noticing that. Mom, I'm over 18. I make my own decisions now. That's...
You're living under my roof.
It's my roof.
I gave it to you.
Really, guys, I don't care anymore who owns the house. If you can't accept my marriage to Georgie, then we leave.
Okay, well, I am paying your tuition, which means you've got to live by my rules. First and foremost, she does not spend the night here.
Dad? What are you doing here?
Picking you up for Tony's service. And let's get something clear right up front. You may have bought yourself one night under this roof by calling so late, but that's all you're getting. Once Tony's service is over, you're coming home with me.
I'm sorry, I should probably be handling this better.
Hey, no. Don't start trying to police or edit your feelings. It won't work, and the loss you're feeling is real.
Yeah, and nobody is going to blame you for grieving for your father.
And if you need either one of us day or night, you just call, okay?
Thanks, Elizabeth.
No problem. I have to go. I'm gonna take care of a couple things, and I'll meet you at the chapel, okay? Bye, Henry.
Bye. No, Elizabeth is great. She's a real natural Spencer.
Yeah. No, it doesn't get any better than Elizabeth. Or your dad. They're steady as a rock when the rest of the family seemed to pull away in thousands of directions.
Yeah, he was great that way, wasn't he?
You know what one thing I liked about Tony? He listened. I mean, really listened.
Yeah, I wish I had told him that I was gay sooner. Just a few things that he said, he was able to say before he died, helped me so much. And knowing that he was cool with it. Time is a bad thing to waste, Lucky. Because once it's gone, you can never get it back. And I would give anything for just one more day with my dad. To tell him how much I love him. And to give him a chance to love me back.
It's okay if you don't want me to go to the service. I totally understand. I'm the wrecking ball that destroyed your marriage, and I did it on purpose. Look, I know that, I know we haven't talked about this in a long time, but I want you to know that I am still appalled by what I did. I am so sorry, Mom. I didn't realize what it cost you and Lucas. I only had on my mind revenge to get you back for giving me up. I didn't realize the enormity or the arrogance of ripping a family apart. I didn't know what it meant to have a family or to be able to appreciate one until I had one of my own, and then I lost it. I am so ashamed. And I am so sorry.
Oh, Carly. I appreciate your apology. And I know it's sincere. But it's not necessary. Not now.
Are you sure? I was 98.7 2 hours ago.
I know how to read a thermometer.
Well, there are bound to be minute fluctuations as my system goes back to normal. What matters is I'm better. You agree, don't you?
Yes, you're getting better.
All right, that's good enough. Now, can you please get out of here so I can get dressed?
Get dressed. Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to Tony's memorial service. It's at noon, so I have to get ready.
You're not going to Tony's memorial service.
Excuse me?
I don't want you to risk relapse by getting out of bed.
Okay, maybe you don't understand, but Tony was a huge part of my life, and I'm going to his service.
Stands to reason if the doctor says stay put, then common sense should make you stay put.
Since when did you start giving a damn about what happens to me?
Oh, I still think it's too soon for you to be sitting through a long memorial service,
Lorenzo, I appreciate your concern, but I really need to pay my respects to Tony Jones. And besides, I'm feeling pretty good. Certainly well enough to see you for lunch later. Unless, of course, that's something you'd rather avoid.
Why would I?
Because it's my treat. And you never let me pay for a meal. I'm starting to think that the idea of my buying you food is getting in the way of your testosterone or something.
I will look forward to seeing you later. I will bring my appetite. Bye.
You look like you're in a good mood. And again, why shouldn't you be? It's astonishing how well things worked out for you.
Elizabeth, I realize how fortunate I am that both Sky and Lulu survived the virus.
When you're thanking whoever it is you believe in for your good fortune, does it bother you at all? You nearly killed one to save the other.
What is wrong with everybody? Why is it so outrageous that Dylan and I want to live together? We're married.
I accept that, and I won't contest it. But until you're 18, your home is with me.
Dad, that's in 5 days.
You know, we'll cross that scary bridge when we get to it. Look, you and Dylan can spend as much time with each other as you like. But living together, especially under this roof, we'll have to wait.
I agree.
This isn't fair,
Okay,
people.
just a suggestion. Since we're about to go bury my uncle, maybe we could table this fight until later.
Absolutely. Meet me in the park for the service.
I'm not done with you.
I am done with you. I'm not Georgie, and you're not Mac.
Am I supposed to know what that means?
Yeah, it means I'm not gonna let you push me around anymore.
It's not like I have to travel. The memorial service is right here in the chapel.
If you think you can talk her out of this, go ahead.
He can't.
Well, I mean, he was pretty clear about his professional opinion. Why jeopardize your health by getting out of bed too soon?
Well, I know this may be a novel concept for you, but Tony was like family to me.
I sure hope this selective memory loss comes from your mother's side, because as I recall, Tony Jones kidnapped you, left you for dead in a cabin in a snowstorm without medication.
At least Tony had an excuse.
Hmm?
He was having a nervous breakdown because Carly shattered his family.
Oh.
Harry. Which, unfortunately, is something I can relate to, but that's neither here nor there. You can't speak to what happened because you weren't around. Not to worry about me, not to protect me. So keep your baseless opinions to yourself. I am going to Tony's memorial, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Hey. Hi. Where's your mother?
She'll be here pretty soon. I'm a little surprised to see you.
Why's that?
I figured you'd be a no-show.
Well, as a rule, I do avoid large gatherings of people. But for your father, I make an exception.
You and my dad close?
We were more than close. We were family. Even when one or the other of us dropped off the edge of the world, we always seemed to understand each other. I respected Tony. I can't say that about many people. The world's a much colder place without him.
My sister-in-law was hours away from death, in far worse shape than Sky was at the time. Yet you didn't give Lulu any consideration at all. You just switched the chart so Sky could get the antidote.
Sky was growing sicker by the minute. I could feel her slipping away.
And so was Lulu. But I guess she doesn't rate on your compassion scale.
Regardless of what you may think, I am not at ease or accepting of my behavior that night. But I'm not going to pretend that I wouldn't do it again, given a similar choice. And you cannot honestly tell me that you would not do the same to save Lucky's life. That's what I thought. I am indebted to you, Elizabeth, for not telling anyone. Sky would have a difficult time forgiving me.
Well, at this point, nothing's to be gained by telling the truth. Lulu and Sky both survived. I'm willing to keep this between us.
Thank you. I meant what I said. I owe you.
No, thanks.
My marriage to Tony ended for many reasons. But mostly because we couldn't sustain BJ's loss. I grieved for our little girl. And not a day goes by that I don't remember her and miss her to the very core of my soul. But Tony was destroyed by BJ's death. He lost his mind over it.
Tony was mourning. He could have cycled through it if I hadn't swooped down and decimated what was left of his marriage.
Honey, you couldn't have torn us apart if we'd been solid. There were cracks in the relationship long before BJ passed. We just hadn't chosen to address them. I look back on that time and everybody was reeling. We lost BJ. You were hurt and angry because I'd given you up for adoption and I had moved on, seemingly unscathed. But the good news is we were able to forgive one another and build on what could have been ruins. And I think we get points for that.
I wish I would have known you longer. Better. I wish I would have realized the gift that you are long ago. I am humbled by your compassion and your capacity for forgiveness. And I am so sorry for hurting you. And I am so grateful that you love me anyway, Mom.
I do love you very much. And I need you with me. Today and always.
Dylan, maturity is a state of mind. It's not about numbers. You are much too young in your head and your heart to be locked into marriage.
Why are we discussing this? We're not going to see eye to eye.
We don't have to. I'm giving you a choice. Let Georgie down easy. Be as kind and as gentle as you can possibly be. Just make sure she understands this arrangement is not practical. You can see her as much as you want after the annulment.
Oh. And if I refuse?
I have been crushing marriages since before you were born, and yours will be next. No matter how long it takes or how painful the journey. So why don't you just be kind to yourself and your girlfriend? Do it on your terms before I do it on mine.
Hey, Luke. Is Lucas here?
No, I sent him on ahead. I was thinking maybe you would appreciate an unguarded moment before the service.
Thank you. It's very thoughtful of you.
How are you, baby?
I'm okay. You know, it hurts, but I know Tony's at peace with BJ, so it's balancing out.
I was sitting here remembering things.
Anything in particular?
Well, yeah. I was remembering the first time I heard that my wild child baby sister had actually married the straight-laced Dr. Jones.
Well, I can see that. You know I always admired you. You left such a mighty impression on me, and I think that's the reason why I've always been attracted to bad boys. Until Tony. He was my conscious effort to change that.
Well, he did. He was the real deal. Gave you the entire family package.
He did. And it was nearly perfect for a very long time. I don't know. Maybe loving someone like me was Tony's undoing.
No, I don't believe that. Not for a second. He was happy with you. What happened between you was just life, circumstance. It seems that no matter what we do, despite our best efforts, we don't always end up with the people we love.
Well, Tony and I didn't have much contact over the last few years, but it was very comforting to me to know that he was only a phone call away. I'm gonna miss that.
I know you
Hey.
Hey.
Sorry it took me so long.
There's a reason, though, right? I can see it. Is it Mac?
No. No, Mac is reasonable compared to my mom.
Okay. Tell me.
She's on a warpath. She says if we don't annul the marriage willingly, she's just gonna destroy it in the worst way possible. What?
That's it?
Yeah,
Oh,
what?
God, Dylan. We are married now and forever. I mean, Tracy can huff and puff all she wants. She's not gonna blow this house down. Look, everything we've been through has only made us stronger, and there's nothing Tracy can do about it. It's okay.
If you're here yet again to try and convince me not to go to Tony's memorial service, I swear I'm gonna scream.
Just the opposite, actually. I know you're way too stubborn to listen, so I thought I'd do the next best thing. Personally escort you.
You don't have to do that. I'm perfectly capable of surviving a memorial service.
Tony was a colleague. I respected him. I want to be there.
Okay. Let's go.
Well, I didn't expect to see you here.
Considering the fact that we're memorializing my mother's ex-husband that I seduced.
Is that what I was thinking?
I wish it never happened, okay? But I don't have to answer to you. The only person I have to answer to is my mother, and I've done that in spades as recently as an hour ago. So if you want to, you know, tell me your opinion or insinuate something,
Caroline,
it's not...
Whoa. If you had let me finish, I was going to say I didn't expect to see you here. But I'm very glad you came. Your mother can use the support. Come on, sweetness. Well, here's another surprise. Didn't expect you to be here.
Well, seemed appropriate. I tried to contact Frisco as you requested, but apparently he's under deep cover and can't be reached. Sorry.
Well, thanks for trying.
I was so sorry to hear about Mariah. Is she going to be okay?
It was a mild heart attack. But after losing Tony, being slapped in the face with how quickly we could lose our loved ones, Felicia wanted to spend some time with her.
Yeah, but she wants to have a dinner in Tony's honor when she gets home.
I like that idea.
Our family owes yours so much, Bobby. You and Tony, you gave us the most precious gift imaginable when you saved Maxie's life with BJ's heart. I'm still humbled by it every time I look at Maxie.
I can't take credit for that. To be honest with you, I was horrified at the thought of taking BJ off life support so soon. And it was Tony who made me realize that it was the right thing to do. He was so proud of the way you have turned your life around.
Well, my dad's right. I owe my life to you and Tony and BJ. And I have a responsibility to make the most of it. I take that very seriously.
I know you do.
Will you stick close today, husband?
My sweet, under normal circumstances, nothing would make me happier. But today belongs to my sister.
So how have you been feeling since you had time to recover at home?
Oh, I'm fine. Sky isn't.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just having some headaches.
For how long?
I probably started in the hospital. And you know, it's just stress, I'm sure.
Audrey, have you seen Emily?
No, not yet. But I know she cleared her schedule to be here. Emily wouldn't miss the chance to say goodbye to Tony. Is Carly here?
Remember what I said to you earlier?
I need you.
Now, and at the hour of our death. Amen. At this time, I'd like to yield the pulpit to anyone who would like to say a few words about Dr. Jones.
I liked Tony Jones. Not at first and not always. But with time, you get not only hindsight, if you're very lucky, sometimes you get insight. It is from the perspective of time that we can take the true measure of a man. Tony was my sister's proverbial prince.
I didn't want to give you this until the festivities for Lucas were over.
Present? What is it?
He saved her from the battles of her youth and gave her what she always wanted: respectability and a family.
I love you.
Now, with the power vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
He was a loving father to his own children and a stabilizing influence on mine. He was a brilliant, dedicated surgeon and quite simply the most generous man I ever met. If you doubt that, ask Maxie Jones. Tony wasn't perfect, nobody is, and when he crashed and burned, it was spectacular. In your face. My doc ex-bro-in-law didn't do anything in half measures. I remember one day I was walking through the park and I happened to come across Tony. And it was at a bad time in his life. And he looked like he had taken a buzzsaw to his hair.
Oh, man, why do you make me do this twice now? We're supposed to be friends. Stay down there. Your brain needs blood. You need rest.
Go to hell. I don't need your sympathy.
No, you need your own, but mine'll have to do. Go home, Doctor. You got what you wanted. Go home.
He was bruised and he was battered, but he did find his way back. And he did it with the same honor and the same grace that he did everything. He was his own harshest judge, his own ultimate jury, and I liked him. I respected him. I will miss him.
I'm so proud to be your father.
I've been called back to work to finish up this business in the Markham Islands.
Oh. Okay. It's nice seeing you again.
I'll stay if you want. I'll tell them to shove it.
Well, there's really no reason to.
You're my reason.
I've got along fine without you all these years, and I don't really need you anymore.
Then that's the answer. If you change your mind, just call me. I'll stay in touch.
Right.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Let me guess. Dad's leaving.
Yeah. He offered to stay, though.
You didn't want him to?
He said the words, but they didn't mean anything.
How do you know?
Because if he wanted to stay, he would have.
Hey. You need to know. Things have changed.
What are you talking about?
It was the strangest thing. A little birdie told me how you switched those hospital joints. Naughty, naughty. You were willing to sacrifice the little Spencer girl to save Sky. So, unless you want me to tell your sweet lady and the cops, you'll be taking orders from me now.
Lorenzo, what's going on?
Mr. Alcazar was just thanking me for helping, out during the epidemic. You were pretty sick, weren't you?
Yes.
Do you even remember anything?
Not much.
That's probably a good thing. I'll see you around, Lorenzo.
Lorenzo? When did that happen?
Are you all right?
Yeah. I have a headache. I don't know. It was more annoying than anything at first. And then I went to the funeral service and it just got worse.
Hey, Sky. Hey.
That was a very nice eulogy that your father gave. It was very Luke.
It was a fitting tribute to Tony. And I bet Luke is paying tribute to Tony right now at the bottom of a scotch bottle. And, come to think of it, that's a fabulous idea. Oh, look who's here. And it looks like they have an announcement to make.
Dylan and I are married and we're going to stay that way. We meant our vows and we're going to keep them. End of story.
Not gonna let you ruin what we have.
Fine. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, so much for this nightly tradition. I have to get back to the job.
What are you saying? You're gonna clean up your act?
Well, I gotta look like I am.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I was about to buy you a drink.
Wait. I haven't done it yet.
Oh, good. Bartender?
Vodka ice, thanks.
So, I want you to be careful out there, my friend. You're slowing down.
Slowing down?
Hey, it happens. Age.
You look to yourself. I am quicker than ever. I tied this whole virus mess up in a week. Back in the good old days, it would have taken me months.
You tied it up? You tied it up? I'm the one who found the candy wrapper and insisted it was a legitimate clue. You were blowing that off. You do this every time. Every time we work together.
That's not...
You always say it's you, that you have solved it yourself.
Well, yes, in most of the cases, that's true. I mean, look at the Mexican situation. You were wandering around in the desert, lost, And then you got yourself framed.
You pull
For
up,
murder.
you would bring up that, the
What,
Aztec treasure.
I had
mean,
to
how
do a
many
low
years
blow.
ago was that? You think you're the cavalry again?
Yeah, in your case I am. I'm always saving you.
Rest in peace, Tony. I will carry you in my heart.
I love you, Dad. I'll miss you forever.